Hello everyone, this is I. Today I would like to show you this design here, and this one is called Edditude. And Edditude is a design that I made dedicating to my friend Eddie, and I will show you his Instagram account now. This is So's provider on Instagram. And you can see his name's Eddie, Ed or Souls. Okay, he have his own YouTube channel as well, and he made beautiful design, beautiful border design. I'm sure those that follow flat bracelet will know his account because he does a lot of flat design, and they're all very beautiful, gorgeous photos. Okay, so I made this design for him, pretty much just to show him my appreciation of him bringing me into making flat bracelet. So this is the one that I made for him the other night, and this is a three bands border design, and I thought I could experiment and make a different one, so I made this one here. Okay, this one is what it will look like if you have a 4 bands border. Okay, I'll show you how to make this one because I really love this design here. The border is amazing, and the shape and the color is just totally cool. So this is Edditude, and it looks really cool in limited edition band, and I try making it in Opaque's band. It does work with Opaque's band, but the border doesn't sit very nicely. So it does work, and is a solid bracelet, a very solid bracelet. But with the LE bands, they're still nice and soft. Okay, so I'll show you them side by side. Now, this one, the 3 bands border one, is a lot thinner compared to a 4 bands border. Okay, and the 4 bands border actually flipped open, okay, very nicely. It makes such a beautiful shape with the border, and the inside is very much the same, but the 4 bands actually have a raised border. Okay, so we're gonna start now, and I'm gonna be using limited edition gold mint and white pearl. Okay, those 2 colors right here. So if you have limited edition bands, have a play, and if you don't, opaque bands will do. And yeah, just have fun. Now I will be using a cat band, okay, and my first color, okay, going through the cat band like that, and picking up one side of the cat band and looping that back on. Okay, now I'm going to use the first color again, going through one band and my cat band, and I'm picking up the outside band, which is not the cat, and put that band back. Second, okay, second color, going through 2 bands like that, and I'm going to pick all those bands back up again like that. So hang on tight because those bands are not locked down properly. my first color again, pulling it through 3 bands, like pulling it through 3 bands, and we are gonna pick them all up again, so you have 4 border bands like that. Now it sits quite nicely on my hook at the moment. Ow. Sorry, got a pinch. I got a pins and needle so on my legs. Now, so we're picking up the 4 bands, and we have to be really careful that when we turn, we're going to turn it and they don't swap around or move. Okay, so keep your eyes on all the bands when you're swapping it over, because those bands are not down properly, they are not locked in properly. Okay, now we swapped it around. We're going to use our second color, and it's going to go through 4 bands. Okay, 4 bands, going through 4 bands like that, and we're picking up the 2 bands on the border. Okay, 2 bands on the outside, so it's our fourth and no, it's our third and our fourth band. Okay, our third and our fourth band that we're picking up, and then our border band, the one that we just put on. Now next, I'm using my first color, and I'm going to pull it through 3 bands. Okay, we're still hanging on tight to all those bands, pulling it through 3 bands like that, and then we're picking up all 4 bands. 1, 2, 3, 4 bands. Our 4 bands border. Okay, so those bands are not down in properly, so we have to make sure they don't swap around. Now we're going to turn. Okay, turn. Be really careful when you're doing the turning bit at the moment, because the bands are not down properly. Now, second color, going through 6 bands. Okay, 6 bands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're going through 6 bands. Okay, and we're picking up the outer 4 bands. So I'm hanging on to 1 band, so we're picking up the outer 3. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's our border bands, 4 bands. I'm using alternated color, so I can tell I am looping it right. Okay, so if you are doing the same alternating color, the band should be alternated color like that for your border. Okay, now I need 1 more band, and I'm pulling it through 4 bands. Okay, 4 bands. Your border is going to swap around a bit, so be careful. Pulling it through 4 bands, and we're picking up 4 bands. Okay, so we're picking up the 4 outside bands, including the one we just put on as well. So just 4 bands like that on the outside. Okay, we're just picking up the outside band 3 and then put back the one that we just looped on. Now we're going to turn very carefully, the more careful you are with this design, the less mistake will happen. Okay, so just keep your eyes on your band when you turn it around. Now, our second color, and it is gonna go through 6 bands. Okay, going through 6 bands, and then we are gonna pick up 4 border bands. Okay, so we're gonna count. We're picking up the 4th band, the 5th band, 6th band, 7th band. That's our border. Okay, that's what we're picking up. And our first color again, going through 4 bands. Okay, going through 4 bands, and we're picking up the 2nd, the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th. So we're dropping 1 border down and picking up the new one. So we still have 4 border bands. Okay, now we're swapping it around again. Now, as you can see, my border actually swapped around there as well. So I have to figure out which one is the border band soon. So I'm going to get second color, and it needs to be pulled through 6 bands. Okay, 6 bands, and that will be up there. They are very fiddly. So I'm going to pick up hang on, very tricky. So I'm going to pick up the 4th, okay, the 4th, the 5th, 6th and 7 bands. Okay, so if you pick up your 4th, your 5th and your 6th and your 7 band, you should get it right. Okay, for some reason I think I'm getting it wrong there, so I'm gonna try to pick them up again. I think that's the outside band. Yeah. I think that's a lot better. Yep. So just be really careful when you're making this design, because when your bands swap around it might be a bit tricky. Might be just me. You might have no problem telling which one to pick up and which one is the border band, like the first, yeah, the outside band, but yeah, I have a problem telling. So now let me do this again. You grab your first color, going through 4 bands, okay, 4 bands like that, and you're picking up 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th band. So you're dropping 1 for your border there, and you're still picking up the rest and putting the one that you just looped on, so you still have 4 bands on the border. Okay, and the inside is forming this weaving pattern. So we're going to swap it around. Second color band, going through 6 bands again. Okay, and I'm picking up the 4th, 5th and the 6 and putting back the 7 to make the border. I'm grabbing the first color and I'm pulling it through 4 bands. Okay, 4 bands, and I'm picking up the 2nd, 3rd, 4th and put that one back to form my border again, and I'm turning it to the other side. Grabbing a band, we're going to pull this through 6 bands. Okay, 6 bands, and then we're picking up the 4th, 5th and the 6th and put the 7 on. And we're getting the first color again, pulling it through 4 bands. And we're picking up the 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th outer band. Okay, so we're going to swap it around again and restart our section. So it's the same thing again. It's actually a very easy design to make, other than the border band's a bit tricky, you might swap it around. So you're pulling it through 4 bands and picking up the 4th, 5th, 6th and put the border back. And then you grab your first color, pulling it through 4 bands, okay, 4 bands, picking up the 2nd, 3rd, 4th and putting that back. So basically that's it. That's how we form the pattern for our 4 bands Edditude bracelet. Okay, now this is, am I getting it upside down? Yeah, right. Yes, there we go. Our 4 band Edditudes, and when you're starting off it's a bit fluffy kind of bit at the end, like when you start, so continue and